If you are a makeup beginner on a budget, this video is for you. I've put together an amazing drugstore makeup starter kit that's perfect for beginners. This is great for teens, tweens, adults, anybody that just wants to save a little bit money but get an entire collection of makeup. That's really, really great. All of these products are on my face. All of it fits in this little plastic bin right here, and it's not gonna break the bank. Let's get started. There's so much to talk about. I can't wait to dive in. If you're new here, hi, my name is Meg and I have been creating content for 15 years and reviewing makeup for so long, especially drugstore makeup. I've been on a budget for so much of my adult life, and so I've dedicated to finding the best drugstore finds that I possibly can, and I'm still into that. While I do love high-end, my heart is at the drugstore because there's so many amazing products. So in today's video, like I said, we're gonna be talking about this amazing drugstore makeup starter kit. I'm giving a few options in each category. We're doing a full face of makeup using these products, and we're gonna chat about it and what I would put in this kit if you're just starting out. I also think this is great for just adults, moms who are busy, people that just don't want to spend a lot of money on makeup but want great quality products. Maybe you don't like full coverage, maybe you don't like creams, maybe you like powders. So I've really thought this through and put together the best stuff. So let's go. Let's start with some face primers. I have two options for you. In some categories, I have multiple options. So for primer, there's like a moisturizing option and a gripping option that's really geared towards more like oily skin or if you live in a humid climate. So the moisturizing option is gonna be the NYX Marshmallow Primer. It definitely smooths, it hydrates, it has a yummy little marshmallow scent, and I feel like when I use it, it just makes my skin feel super hydrated, moisturized, but also a little bit blurred at the same time, which is what I like. It's definitely not like a pore filling primer by any means, but it's just a nice base to lay down before makeup. And if I am looking for something that's going to grip onto my makeup, if you've never used a gripping primer, you definitely need to try the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. As you can see, I'm almost out of mine. A gripping primer basically means that it's going to create a tacky base that your makeup will stick onto. So as you apply this to the face, it begins to get sticky and tacky. That's a good sign. That means that once you lay your foundation on top of that, it'll last a whole lot longer. Both of these products are great for all skin types. It's just gonna depend on your preference and what you're looking for, but I would point you in the direction of these two when you're at the drugstore and you're overwhelmed by the primers. Or you can do like smart people do and just shop all the links below, because I have all of this stuff linked below in the description box. I also have everything linked at multiple retailers, so you can shop what makes the most sense for you and just get it delivered. Also, one other tool I want to mention as we move through this, a lot of people who buy foundation and concealer online are very confused on like what shade you should get, or if you're shopping in the drugstore, you don't even know what shade to get. I highly recommend using this website right here. It's called finddation.com. You'll enter in some of your shades that you wear in other products, and then you can search for a specific product and see what shade it will suggest. So it's basically a shade matching tool to help you shop when you're at the drugstore and there are no testers available. Or if you're online and you, like me, I would rather just buy all of this online because I feel like everything's so picked over all the time in stores, it drives me crazy. So I just do it online. Let's move on to the foundation complexion products because I have three different things. We have a tinted moisturizer, more of a medium tint, and then something that's more for glam events, stuff like that. If you are looking just for a beautiful tinted moisturizer, I highly recommend the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I've been talking about this product for years. It's one of my favorite complexion products at the drugstore. I am continually amazed every time I use this. I just love it so, so much. The only thing I hate is the shade range, and I will keep saying this until Wet n Wild listens to our cries and expands the shade range. If you can find a shade that matches you in this product, I highly recommend it. Okay. Second product is the Maybelline Skin Tint. I have a pump on mine. I will link my pump below because I absolutely loathe droppers. Why did they think this was a good idea to put a dropper on it? I don't know. I don't understand. Either way, you want the pump. The pump makes it so much better. But the Maybelline Skin Tint, this is not really like a skin tint. Like you aren't gonna get like this like super sheer coverage with it. It actually is like pretty medium coverage and it's beautiful. It feels like more like a foundation to me. It is a great everyday complexion product. I feel like it always looks good. It wears amazing. I wear it in summertime and it lasts all day long. I love, love, love this stuff. And I feel like these two products so far are really great great for all skin types. These products are gonna match a broad range of skin types. That's why these are kind of at the top of my list for this video. So the Maybelline Skin Tint, if you have not tried it, you are severely missing out because it is truly fantastic. I will keep repurchasing it for sure. And then finally, this is another product that I have repurchased over and over again, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. This stuff is beautiful. It gives such a beautiful, soft, medium to full coverage. You can build it up or you can wear it medium coverage, and it also lasts really great all day. It looks amazing in photography. If you're going to a wedding or a special event or a party and you are on a budget, this foundation is going to be your best friend. It is beautiful, truly beautiful, okay? You're gonna love it, just trust. Okay, let's move on to concealer products. I am a person that always needs to have a color corrector underneath my eyes in order for me to use less product to conceal. It just evens everything out and tones it down before I lay down a concealer. And my favorite color corrector, one of my top favorite color correctors of all time, is the e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector, and I use it in the peach shade. I just dot just a tiny bit under the eyes. This really just like cancels out the darkness, the discoloration. This is for the more mature skin people that really are struggling with that. But I also know young people are self-conscious about hereditary dark circles. Try a color corrector. Using the peach one is really gonna help counteract any sort of bluish, purplish dark circles under there. Highly recommend trying this if you haven't. It's not a must if you are just like on an absolute budget. This is something you could cut, but I don't like to skip it. I only have one concealer to recommend because I feel like everyone will love this concealer. It is not widely available because I can only find this on Amazon lately. This is the Catrice True Skin Concealer. It is beautiful because you can sheer it out, you can build it to full coverage, and it says it's waterproof. It wears so well. It can get super full coverage, but it never feels heavy. It's the lightest consistency that you can just build up, and it looks amazing under the eye. It's also great in summertime. I cannot say enough good things about this concealer, and that's why I only have one concealer to recommend to you, because I feel like this is gonna work for a broad range of skin types and needs. So you, like I said, you can share this out. Just only put one dot under the eyes and go about your day. You could dot just a few dots on your face and blend it out and just use this and no foundation. I feel like this also works with all of the other complexion products that I'm using. This plays well with everything. Let's move on to cheek products. So I'm gonna suggest one cream and one powder product for my bronzer and blush. And for highlight, I just have one product that I want to recommend. For bronzer, I'm very impressed with the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer. I really like the undertone of this specific one. It's called Spilling Tea. It has a bit of a yellow undertone, and that sounds kind of weird, but hear me out. It doesn't look orange. I feel like it looks like a very natural, healthy tint to it. It's so incredibly creamy. It blends out like a dream. I just tap my brush in and tap it to the face, and it looks gorgeous. So if you're a cream lover and you want a drugstore cream bronzer, this is a great option. If you prefer to skip the creams and go with a powder bronzer, this is probably the best bronzer that I own, no matter what, between high-end and drugstore. This is fantastic. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Bronzer. I've repurchased this multiple times. You can see I like it because I've hit pan on it. It's such a beautiful undertone, and I love how they have different shades based on your skin tone. So this is the light medium shade. I feel like the undertone on this is very neutral. It doesn't lean too warm and it doesn't lean too cool. I do not like a cool bronzer. It ends up looking muddy and gray on me. I prefer something a little bit more neutral. Buy one according to your skin tone range. If you're fairer than me, the shade down from this is a little bit more cool tone. It's so creamy and blendable. It's like a creamy powder. It doesn't feel like cream, but it's just so lovely. I can't say enough good things about this. I've been screaming about it for years. Let's go to blush. I have two cream blushes. I feel like one is not super beginner friendly, even though I said this was a beginner video. Depending on the shade. So it's the e.l.f. Liquid Camo Blush. These are amazing and they're beautiful, but they're a little difficult to work with if you're an extreme beginner, except if you get more of the muted tones. If you get like a bright pink, forget it. It's like one dot can go overboard really quickly. I always recommend to apply these to the back of your hand, then dip your brush in and then to the face. This is Suave Mauve. I feel like this one is easier to work with. So I'm definitely gonna recommend this as a neutral tone blush that's gonna match all of your makeup looks. So this blush right here in particular. I don't hear tons of people talking about these, but they're so good. They're the NYX Sweet Cheeks Cream Blushes, and they have this really easy like doe foot applicator that's just so easy to apply. This is in the shade Baby Doll. It's kind of a cooler tone pink, but they have different tones, but I feel like this matches a lot of my makeup looks because I typically go fairly neutral. This in the shade Suave Mauve is gonna match so many of your makeup looks. And then for powder bronzers, I have to mention the Milani Baked Blushes. They are just the cream of the crop of blushes at the drugstore. I know the shade Luminoso is the most popular of the shades, and that's a little bit more peachy coral. This is in the shade Petal Primavera, and as you can see, it's a little bit more of a muted pink. I feel like it just looks so pretty on the skin. It's just like a gorgeous, glowy pink color that I feel like is gonna look great on so many people, and I feel like a lot of people are going to like this formula because you could skip the highlighter. They aren't so shiny that it's like, whoa, these are like blinding, but they give this nice sort of glowy finish without it being too glowy. I love it. This is beautiful, especially this shade in particular, Petal Primavera. And then for the highlighter, I have one highlighter and one highlighter only. I'm not a big cream highlighter fan. They're not my favorite. I prefer a powder, but I want the highlighter to feel creamy. I want the powder highlighter to give me that lovely glow. I lean towards more of like those natural glows, and this is the perfect one I feel like anyone will really like, and this is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. It is the most gorgeous lit from within glow that's not too metallic. You're not gonna be seen from outer space when you use it. Not that that's a bad thing, because sometimes I do want to be seen from outer space, you know? I don't know about you. The texture of it is so soft. The powder's so soft and finely milled, and the tone of this is just super beautiful. Guarantee you're gonna like this, and it gives you that soft focused pearlescent sort of highlighter instead of a metallic highlighter. Trust me on this one. Trust me. We're gonna go to powders. I have two powders. I have a pressed powder and a loose powder because I feel like everyone has different preferences. If you like a loose powder, look no further than the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. This is the closest thing that I think you're gonna find to the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. This also comes in multiple tones. I have this in the Fair Light. Really love this. I love to use a powder puff, pack it into the back of my hand, and set my under eyes, and sometimes I kind of set around the face with it, especially in spots where I know my makeup breaks up a little bit faster than others. You're definitely gonna wanna match your skin tone with that because it'll not give as much of a like flashback white cast look to the face when you use it. If you go too bright with it, it could potentially flash back in photography with flash. So you can go kind of like one shade lighter if you want. That's why I like the Fair Light. And the tone of the powder for this is, you can see it's just not, you know, it's not like a white powder. It's a skin, it matches my skin tone. If you prefer a pressed powder, I would recommend the pressed version of the Maybelline Fit Me powder. It's definitely that same sort of creamy feel to it. It is just so, it does feel super, super creamy. It is very lightweight. I love to take a brush with this one. So something looks a little shiny and I just want to touch up the face a little bit, I'll throw this on a brush and just touch up a little bit. It also comes with a little sponge that flew away as I opened it, that you can keep this in your purse if you really wanted to. Let's go to brows. I have a few brow recommendations. I do really love the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I'll insert a picture of it right here because I don't currently own it in my collection because I go through brow pencils so quickly, but that's definitely one that's not to be missed. It's perfect. It's a perfect brow pencil. If you don't find your shade in that you're looking for and you need another alternative, I would also recommend the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. It's the same idea of this little precise brow pencil, has a little spoolie on the other end. The tone of this one is great. I have it in the shade, I think it's probably ash brown. I will absolutely list my shade in the description because I feel like it matches my brow hair really well. It's not too warm, not too cool. It's like the perfect tone. So that's really great. And then if you're you're looking for like a brow pen, girl, what are they doing with the brows this year? Because there are so many amazing brow products at the drugstore. This Maybelline Build-A-Brow is probably one of the best brow pens on the market. It gives the most amazing hair-like strokes where I just like to kind of start the structure of the brow with the brow pencil, and then I use this to kind of fill it in. And it also has a gel on the other end. I don't really use it, but it's there if you want it. It's a multi-use product. So if you don't even like a brow pencil and you just want to, like, you know, real quick and then throw some gel through it, you're gonna love this product so much. If you have super wiry brows and you just like want to lay them down, you like the laminated look, these two brow products are gonna be your best friend. It's the e.l.f. Laminating Brow Gel, and then this is the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue. Both of these are going to lock your brows in place. You wanna make sure there's nothing on them. And then before I even start my foundation, I do my brows first. I brush this through my brows. I kind of paste them to my head to make sure everything is in place, let it dry down, and then I go in with the brow pencil stuff. That's my process. If you like a brow laminated look, either of those are going to be great. I'm kind of leaning towards this one as the better one. I encourage you to try both out and see which one you like, or look at the price and decide which one is within your budget that works the best. And then to stick on the eyes, we're gonna do an eyeliner, just one if you're into eyeliner. This is the LA Girl Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner. I love these. They do not move. You put these on the waterline, they will not move. I use them in multiple different ways. I'll use it to tightline with, or I'll put like the brown one across the top lash line and smudge it out for a little bit of a smokier look for an easy eye look. These are amazing. They do not budge, they do not move. Also, while we're still on the eyes, before we start like eyeshadow, if you need an eyeshadow primer, I highly recommend the e.l.f. Lock It Down Eyeshadow Primer. This is not a must-have product. You can definitely prime your eyes with concealer and set with powder and then do your eye look. That's totally fine, but some people find that they have oily eyelids, they really need an eyeshadow primer. Try the e.l.f. one. It's great. It'll lock everything down. You'll be really happy with it. And if you are the type of person, you don't really like to do complicated eyeshadow looks, I recommend the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Sticks. Just apply a little bit of bronzer in your crease and then take one of these little shadow sticks. It's a creamy little shadow stick and put it on the eyes. They have metallic shades, stuff like that. They're so easy to work with. It's like these no fuss eye looks that are really easy. And then if you don't like eyeshadow palettes, I highly recommend the e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadows. They come in a like they're 4 different shades. You can get overwhelmed with so many options on an eyeshadow palette but when you look at something like this, you're like, okay, this is so easy, done and done right here. I really kind of know what to do with this, you know? Especially the one that's in cream and sugar. This is the Truffles one. These both are great. But if you are wanting a great neutral eyeshadow palette, this kind of leans a little bit cool, but I feel like it looks so good on so many different people. It is the Colourpop That's Taupe eyeshadow palette. This is beat up and well loved. I've used this for years. It has gorgeous creamy metallics in there, mid-tone browns. It has some nice like almost gray leaning shade right here, this little like stone color brown, and then a dark one that you can use on the lash line. Like I said, the metallics are absolutely creamy, blendable. They look beautiful on the lid. I feel like this eyeshadow palette, not many people talk about them, but it's so good. And the formula on Colourpop is amazing. And then for mascaras, I've got 2 options based on your preferences. I love the Essence Lash Princess. All of the variations are really nice, but my favorite is the purple. But if you like the green one, that's okay too, and they're only $5. I do hear a lot of people complain that these aren't as budge proof. Sometimes they run or flake on people. I don't have that issue, but that's just me. So if you find that is your issue, I highly recommend the e.l.f. Lash Xtndr. It is a tubing mascara. Definitely Google and learn about some tubing mascaras because they're really great for people that have issues with their mascaras flaking, with their mascaras running, things like that. These stay put really well, but they're a washable formula. They just slide right off with some nice warm water at the end of the day. This one is gorgeous. It's a very close dupe to the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. So if you like that mascara, you're gonna love this one. So pick one or pick both. And to go to lips, we're gonna talk about two lip liners. One is, I feel like there's more color options, and then the other is like a newer option, but it's cheaper. So the NYX Lip Pencils, they're great. I really like the formula of these because they are a little bit drier, but I like that because they tend to wear a little bit better and they don't bleed very much. And so this is in the shade Peekaboo Neutral is what I like. And look, this is my favorite one. Look how tiny, look. Nude Truffle, that is my absolute favorite. It's like a cool tone, nude, deep nude that I feel pairs with so many different lip products. It's amazing. And then if you're looking for just like you only want to spend $2, these e.l.f. lip liners, they're brand new. This is in the shade Baddest Beige, and it is a fantastic dupe to the Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut lip liner. If that doesn't mean anything to you, that's fine, but I have an Instagram reel I'll link below where I'm comparing this to a high-end lip liner, and it performs the same way. Same shade and everything. So they're only $2, and this is a great neutral. It's gonna work with so many different things. And yes, you need a lip liner. I feel like a lip liner works because you can just put it on and then throw like a lip balm over it, and you have just an easy lip. Speaking of that, my favorite lip oil is the Milani, can you tell I'm like basically out of this? The Milani Fruit Fetish Lip Oil. I'm recommending this as like one of those great no makeup kind of products where you can just wear it by itself or put a lip liner on, and this with just like a little bit of mascara and concealer and run out of the door. This is a product that you're gonna love. They're so delicious. They smell yummy, and the formula on these are truly the best. It's so hydrating. If you're looking just for like a regular gorgeous lip gloss, I highly recommend the Maybelline Lifter Glosses. This is in the shade Stone that I'm wearing today over top of the lipstick that I'm gonna share. This one is beautiful. It's so creamy. It doesn't feel sticky. They're very similar to the Fenty lip glosses. They're gorgeous. And then if you want like the most beautiful traditional lipstick, you cannot go wrong with the L'Oreal Color Riche lipsticks. They're a satin creamy formula. This is in the shade Fairest Nude. It is the most perfect nude lipstick for me and my skin tone. Highly recommend you try it or shop through there and pick out, they have neutrals, they have bolds, they have all the different colors that you might want. But I like this traditional creamy lipstick formula. They do kind of have that little smell to them. I actually like it. It's very reminiscent and nostalgic for me, so I really like this lipstick a whole lot. If you prefer a matte finish, creamy matte finish, these Milani lipsticks, they are in a matte formula. They are super creamy, super creamy, but they have a matte finish. The shade Secret is so similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. You're gonna get that same effect, that same gorgeous creamy matte, and that same tone of that like rosy mauve. And then finally, if you need a long wear lipstick, I recommend this for theater kids, for dancers, or if you just want a red lipstick to stay all night, is the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Inks. I love it in the shade Pioneer and Dancer. I have the shade Dancer in my hand, and I use both interchangeably at the holidays. I always wear this. I love these red lips. In fact, I also did a video comparing the shade Pioneer to Taylor Swift's red lipstick, and I feel like it's a really good match to her like iconic red lipstick if you're interested. I'll link that Instagram reel below for you. But this is the best long wear lipstick, and they have so many different shades. I just prefer to wear these in more of the bolder formulas because they last really well and I don't feel like it's gonna like bleed off my face. Last but not least, we're finally there. We have two setting sprays. This is gonna base on like whether you want something dewier or if you want something more of a natural matte finish. This is the best. As you can see, I'm like literally out of it. It is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is so similar to the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. This is gonna be your long wear setting spray option. This is gonna be something that's gonna keep your makeup locked and loaded, and it's gonna give it a nice satin finish. It's not gonna disrupt the finish of what you've done on your face. It's beautiful. But if you like to look extra glowy, you're gonna really like the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. So if you like to look glowy but also set your makeup, you're gonna love this product in particular because it's gonna give you the best like glow. It smells yummy. The mister on it's great, and you'll have a bit of a glow to the skin as you use it as well. I feel like I've been talking for 5,000 years, but we are done now, and I feel like I blew through some of that, but this is my recommendations for you if you're starting a makeup kit and you want to save some money and you're on a budget. Like I said, everything is linked below in the description box. Everything is here for you to shop and peruse and make your own decisions based on these different options that I've given you. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave it below in the comment section. I would love to to chat with you. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.